This is a quick video. This video is mainly just to announce that the money system, the matrix in which we've been living under, is now dead. I've been having lots of conversations with people in my family and my friends and around, and everybody is now coming to the understanding that the system that we have lived in previously in regards to finances is all a hoax. It's all a game. It's more of like an illusion instead of a reality. One of the things I can speak on is the UK. Now, we're seeing a lot of these European countries falling now by the wayside. There are a lot of spiritual workers who have destroyed the matrix system that has been laid on top of our system of nature. And with money, the illusion is now being removed. So people are now seeing how money actually operates. Most of the money that exists in the bank statements and on in regards to like the wealthiest people in the world, their money is fake. It doesn't actually exist. They just use it to control us, the masses. But now people are waking up and no longer controlled by money. A lot of it is usury. You can look at my previous videos about the world's biggest scammers. Now, a lot of the Jews are involved in this system of control. I've been seeing a lot of videos about them, of the people saying who the leaders of America truly are, and it's the Jewish people. Well, not all the people, but the Jewish people at the top. I call them parasites because at the top of everything there is a big parasitic invasion which has led to where we are now, and they call it technology, so-called technology, but really it's just parasites and atoms and viruses programmed to do their bidding. And so you'll see people are involved, definitely governments and secret services are involved, and extremely heavily by secret societies. There are so many secret societies, you'll be shocked and you'll be surprised by how many people are involved in secret societies. But again, I would say like all of it is controlled by this parasitic entity that uses people and organizations and governments. And if you look into history, you'll start to see how this all unfolds, how everything has been programmed. But sticking to the topic of money, so money has been, the Jewish people established usury, which was the charging of interest on money. Now, the interest that is charged on money does not exist. It's made up. It doesn't exist in the system. There are nothing to back it up. So every time you take out a loan, you pay interest. You're paying money that does not exist. So you're going to have to work extra hard for money that doesn't exist, and they'll keep pushing the ball forward in terms of printing more and more money to cover the money that doesn't exist, and then it just inflates the currency of each country and each nation. So really, now that people are waking up to the reality, even if you wanted to buy a house now, first of all, a bank does not they don't own the asset as it exists. As soon as you buy a house and take out a mortgage, they just artificially add that new value into their bank statements. So there's nothing to back it up. So you're paying money that they have just decided will charge them this much. Obviously, they talk about market value, but market value is just what people view things to be valued at. It's not actually a true estimate of the value of the thing. So what's going on now is that people are becoming aware of this, and they're going to stop investing in the system of money, and it is collapsing. The only way they're going to exist now is if they create some sort of like techno currency or some sort of like digital currency. But even in that situation, people have already checked out of the system, so they're no longer going to work for pennies or work for things that they can't actually afford. People are now realizing the truth, and so thankfully we can say that the system has collapsed, and we're just looking at the end throes. Now, what tends to happen whenever a system does collapse, so whenever people wake up enough, when things start to become too obvious, when the magic trick dissolves and the illusion is reduced or got rid of, they will start a war to reset people back into the old ways of thinking, to put them back under the programming, to put them back under the spell. But we're all aware now of this programming and this agenda. Now, if you know anything about the parasites and the secret societies and the Freemasons, the Illuminati and all these things, they plan many years ahead. Now, I did watch a very interesting video which talked about how Africans don't see the future. We don't look at the future. We think of time as being created in the here and the now. We don't think of like the future, but what we do now to get to where we intend to go. Anyway, that's a separate video. I might see if I can link that. So that was a very interesting topic. But those they use our imagination to create the reality. That's why they have to tell us about their agendas before they happen. They can't just quietly do it in secret. They have to tell us and inform us of their agenda because they need us to be on board for what they're going to do. So you should really tap out of news and all these type of things that are projecting negative futures, negative stereotypes, talk of war. Like, log out of all of that content because they're trying to make you manifest. And this is another thing, they try to make you manifest that into reality. I don't call it manifestation when it's a good thing. I call it womb festation, because the man doesn't have the ability to create reality like women do. It's the womb where things are harbored and grow. That's why men use women to get their realities established. So if you think of the reality or the future that you want to be come into fruition, instead of being addicted to the news and to negative cycles, because it will just put you back into a spell. You go back under. So I don't pay attention to these things. Like all the media, all the social, even a lot of TikTok and stuff like that as well can be a problem as well. But anyway, I didn't want to make this video too long. I just wanted to say, the money system is at its end now, and they're going to try and force people to go down a negative thought path so that they can create another imprisonment for people, which you just have to be positive. If you've lost your job in this time, you're not making money, think imaginatively, manifest the reality you want to live in. That's what I'm going to say. I might talk about it. If you want me to talk about it more, say something in the comments about it. So I hate editing videos these days because, I don't know, I just got no patience for it. So if this hasn't come out smoothly, I apologise. But anyway, all I will say is that focus on what you want to be your reality. Make moves to be your reality. Also, I just want to say to all the black women out there, and I don't like to say black women because we're not lack, we're more. But all the Moorish women or the melanated women out there, it's fine to take a break. It's fine to relax. It's fine to take time for yourself. The world is on fire, but you don't have to put it out. You can just take some time, relax, let them sort out the mess that they've made, and let them deal with the karma that they are meant to deal with. If you step in front of them to try and stop things from happening, you're taking the karma that they should have received. So that's what I'll say on that. Take care, people. Bye.